So I'm Ken, I'm 33. I'm a community activist, massage therapist, life coach, and also a model. I live in Denver because I got a phone call telling me that the most incredible little girl on the planet lived there, and I met her, and the rest is history. My daughter's name is Sadie. I grew up in Kansas, in a little tiny farm town, about 3,000 people. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting place to grow up. Very small, conservative little box, and everybody kind of fit within that. I went to college in hopes to play either safety or work my way into a receiving position, and they found out I could kick the ball really far. So they made me a punter, and that was the death of my football career. I couldn't stand on the sidelines kicking a ball into a net. To me, football wasn't kicking a ball, it was hitting people, or it was running with everything I had to the end zone. And I was more of a, I played with a net and a ball every day, and that wasn't it for me. Literally at practice one day, I just took my helmet off in the middle of running and stopped, and the coaches looked at me and like, what are you doing? Like, I couldn't do it anymore. I just stopped and I was like, I'm done. And they're like, BS, you still got this amount. I'm like, no, I'm done with football in general, like the whole thing. I'm just done. I can't do it anymore. And my soul was dead, and I was ready to get out of it. I never quit anything my entire life. It was the first thing I had ever given up on. I never left the Midwest. I was 26 years old, and I'd never been outside of the plains and the prairie. I'd only been in a plane once my entire life, and I just kind of said, screw it, like I'm done. And it's supposed to be just for 3 months for work vacation, and I was looking around trying to figure out where to go, and saw on a map, and I was like, Hawaii. To me, that was like a whole other planet, like outside of my solar system. It was so foreign to me. And I landed there, and it was home immediately. I wasn't perceived as part of the community for quite some time, just because they're hesitant to outsiders. And rightfully so. The Hawaiians are quite hesitant to outsiders. But once you show your integrity, and once you show why you're there and what you're about, they open up to having some of the largest, biggest, and most giving hearts of any group of people I've ever met. They're one of the most beautiful cultures, and so much of what I am and who I am today is, I've taken it from what I learned when I was there. I supported myself with my landscaping, working with my hands. It's something I've always done my entire life and something I'm good at. But I also invested myself into a couple community projects. So I was working for one nonprofit that supported music and art programs in the community. Started the first ever football program for this Hawaiian village, and taught these boys one of the most beautiful games I've ever come across. And it was empowering, and it was amazing to watch these young boys who were hesitant and timid at first become just warriors on the field. And it was an amazing experience. My daughter's mom was a friend, and it was a one-night experience. And a lot of times people regret one-night stands. They regret that moment when you just share a night with someone, and afterwards you're filled with nothing but remorse, regret, questions, all these different things going through your mind about why did I do this, or why should I have, or you walk away and just you drop it and don't think about it again. And luckily, the most incredible human being that I've ever met came from this experience. This one night of just kind of foggy bliss turned into the most incredible thing in my life, which was my daughter. And I never knew I could love someone or something half as much as I love her. So this one night that could have been seen as regretful or just a momentary blip, just another random night out of many, turned into being the most powerful and empowering and just beautiful moment of my life. I'm doing Survivor because for the last 15 years of my life, I've given myself to other people, and in doing so, I haven't taken care of myself. I haven't taken care of my physical body, my emotional self, my mental self. I've been just surviving just enough, and then just, financially digging myself into a hole because I can't say no to the nonprofit that needs my help while saying yes to the job that's actually going to pay me something. And so, for once, I'm taking my life into my hands, and I'm doing something for me and for this little girl. And when I talked to her before leaving, I was like, I gotta go do something, but this thing that I'm doing could be really big for us and could be life-changing for us. And she just looks at me, she's like, okay, Dad, we need that. And she's like, and this is the most beautiful thing, and this is one of those moments when you absolutely fall in love with your child all over again. And she's like, and maybe we can do even more good stuff for the people that we help. And so when your child knows, like, yes, this is for us, but still is able to think outside of that, and you get a glimpse into their heart and you realize that it's one and the same, like they are like a little version of you, it's one of the most beautiful moments as a parent. So I'm here for myself, to finally feed myself in the ways that I need to, and I'm here for my little girl because everything I do now revolves around her, and everything that I think about and I try, like, she's always there. And is this good for her? Is this gonna put me and my daughter in the place that I want to be in with her one day? And so, yeah, it's about me, but mostly, like everything else in my life, it's all about her.